First at 5 continues.
The tragedy in Colorado has certainly united the nation. Sadly, it's just the latest incident in a rash of school violence. But there is hope. In this Channel 2 News Extra, Chief Photojournalist Andy DeSantis shows us how local musicians are banding together so our children can have safe schools.
I've been working with schools on and off for several years, dealing with violence prevention programs and educational reform. And it was this last December of 1998, where I got the idea of putting together something that would put out the message in the voice that the kids would understand. So we developed this. Really, the idea came in November and December, and I started talking to bands and talking to the studio. It was almost like an inspiration that I got, that I needed to put this project out. And by the spring of this year, this may sound a bit mystical, but by the spring of this year, there would be things going on in the news that would really bring the CD more into the center of the conversation.
Lyrics like this, if each person could hear them, you know, each child and teenager that in the schools could hear them and just sit down and really think about it. You know, teenage problems, they're so petty. I mean, they're huge at the time, and then you look back and you go, wow, you know, that really wasn't so bad.
What can we do to understand what the real causes are that result in these kinds of tragedies? And let's really deal with the real causes and develop real solutions.
This is my blood, this is your blood.
It's got 21 bands on it. There's 2 students that do some songs in the CD as well that are kind of proactive, peace-promoting songs. The song that really struck me the most is a song called Blood. And all the children form a circle in the yard. They come from corners of the earth so far away.
They are black daughters, Asian sisters, and native sons, all joining hands. They raise one voice to say,
this is our blood. Say no more, no more, no more, no more.
No more, no.
You can purchase the CD at local book.
President Clinton introduced a sweeping new set of gun controls to make sure tragic scenes like this never happen again.
I want to make a plea to everybody who is waiting for the next deer season in my home state to think about this in terms of what our reasonable obligations to the larger community of America are.
New York Governor George Pataki and Republican lawmakers also have a new proposal that would kick misbehaving students out of class and put retired police officers in the halls.
Engagement is really the key.
Local school violence prevention expert Bob James says new laws are just part of the solution. He says teen violence will stop when people start listening.
It really begins with communication, and I believe if we start to recognize that every individual and every child is born for a specific purpose, and it's our job as adults to listen to them and talk to them in a way to draw that purpose out, we'll find that kids that might feel like they're being outcast by other kids have something very unique to contribute.
And tonight's town meeting is a good start, opening those lines of communication, hoping to keep our kids safe. That town meeting gets underway in just a few minutes. We'll have an update for you coming up on Eyewitness News at 11. Reporting live from Cheektowaga, Joanna Passeri, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.